Third consecutive day of greens for Nifty, Bank Nifty, Sensex as well as Next 50. In today's time, this is good news. Another good news came today from the big boy Infosys. The stock was down for the day, 1%. However, the numbers are looking fine. If you look at the revenue, 38,821 became 41,764. This is in INR crores. This is a growth year on year of 7.6%. Quarter on quarter, 2% is fine. To achieve this 7.6% growth, the cost of sales was under control, less than 7%. This is fine. As a result, the gross profit was high only. Overall, the total operating expenses have been kept in control. They grew only by 3.5%. That has led to a good operating margin. This is a big deal for large companies keeping SG&A under control. Growth in operating margin is good. This one was operating profit growth. All these numbers are resultant of that basic EPS that grew by 11.4% corresponding to OPM growing by 11.9%. Quarter on quarter EPS growth of 4.6% is fantastic. And I guess market is expecting that because the share is nearly at an all-time high only. No big deal for it to make a new high tomorrow or maybe next week. In any case, it is not in overbought territory. And a stock which is already in oversold territory in anticipation of not so good results, and that happened for Axis Bank. And I can go into the details of the mathematics or English part of these numbers. Our point is that the interest earned is a little higher, and I don't know why Axis Bank, being the third largest private bank in the country, has to report the numbers in lakhs, but there is a huge drop in other income. And that is big enough to cause a drop in the consolidated profit from 7,400 crores to 6,750 crores. No one will probably get into the details of other income at all, and the stock will be beaten down in my opinion. That's because Y on Y numbers are nearly same and quarter on quarter numbers are lower. Whichever numbers the news media channels pick up, they will look bad only. The third result is Sterling Wilson. This is SW Solar, which is a renewable energy company belonging to Reliance Group. And this is a crazy result. That is why I picked it up for analysis. And I bought this stock just for result purposes. If you look at the last few quarters, the growth is fine. 9151030. This is perhaps the budget impact or the election impact. After that, the sales have grown to 1837 crores. This is a fantastic jump of nearly 80%. What I don't understand is this tax number, because someone is paying more tax than me here. 58%, 57%, 67%, 96%. What kind of tax are they paying? Even profit before tax was negative, they were paying tax. 34 crore of profit before tax remained 1 crore after tax. 15 remained 5, 20 remained 9, 41 remained 17. Something interesting is going on here. I need to probably dig deeper here. If you just leave aside this tax and net profit element, the results are fantastic year on year. 583 to 1837, and profit before tax becoming 61 to minus 61 to rather 41. And this was rewarded as well. The stock was up 9% for the day. Now let me tell you that Motilal Oswal's interests are some mutual funds and ETFs which own Kalyan Jewellers. This is public money. This is not the wealth or reserves of Motilal Oswal. This is the money they manage for us. And their due diligence levels are much higher. If there is a fire behind the smoke, they would have already sold off these stocks. Note that SEBI has not raised any question. This probably is operators, in my opinion, if there is nothing material behind it. And the day this news is cleared, both Kalyan Jewellers and Motilal Oswal will hit upper circuits most likely. One side effect would be that some people will pull out funds from Motilal Oswal. Those people should just put money in fixed deposit. They should not be in any format of equity markets at all. Reliance results are not yet out. Yesterday's stock results, HDFC Live, I mentioned that the results were good. That stock was up 8%. And LTTS, I felt that results were not good. That was also up 8%. And tomorrow we have India Hotels, Jio Finance, Wipro. And the last call to buy Kotak Mahindra Bank, and if you are interested, Chennai Petro and RBL Bank as well. Yesterday's Nugget was about railways, and railways came back firing in all cylinders today. Special mention for Ircon, which are actually not moving much, up 16%, and still it is down 37% from 52-week high. Same with IRFC, nearly same with RVNL. RVNL was also up 10.7%. Look at some of these volumes. Jupiter Wagons 26x volumes of normal. Texmaco 4x volumes. RVNL 6x volumes, IRFC 2.25x volumes, even Ircon nearly 15x volumes. This was some sort of short covering or budget preparation. It seems that some people just woke up today and decided they have to participate in the budget. And defense also, there was a good rally. And the star of the day was Bharat Dynamics. In fact, BDL is the nugget for the day also, on top of a story that there is a $500 million coming up for the BrahMos missiles from Indonesia. This is not even the annual sales of Bharat Dynamics. Nifty was looking better than yesterday. The greens included HDFC Life and SBI Life. I mentioned that life companies may start getting excited about the budget very soon. At the top, we had Reliance in anticipation of the results, Bharti Airtel, SBI, HDFC Life, and ICICI Bank. What was down? Primarily IT. Next 50 actually was a lot better than yesterday as well as Nifty. At the top we had Siemens, IRFC, HAL, Vedanta and Adani Green. Adani Power was not far behind. The tail looks similar to yesterday, just that today we have software here replacing banking. Yesterday software was at the top. Greenery at the top yet again, and we have telecom at the top. Oil and gas is at number 2 mainly because of Reliance. 3 consecutive good bull days, 29 sectors up today compared to 23 yesterday. Right at the dying moment of the day, today was weekly Nifty expiry. There was a spike which no one wants to explore. Only one stock did not go down after this spike. That was Reliance. This is somewhere related to the results of Reliance. A rare day when banks look good. High volumes. Kotak and ICICI are in the green and Bank Nifty is out of the red zone right now. Private banks looking good. The biggest gain came from Karur Vyasa Bank, results coming up. The rub of green continued in the PSU space as well. Investing pack BSE finally hit a new high, and I talked about it yesterday also. This stock is enjoying the run of its life, but life will get tough as the listing of NSE comes closer. 2 stocks which will have fantastic results this time in my opinion will be CAMS and KFintech along with BSE of course. I have no idea what to say about this sector today, the IT pack. Just that today I have included Nasdaq here for a correlation. Look at the pattern of Nasdaq for the last 8-10 days. Usually we don't even notice these factors that Nasdaq has been more down than up for the last 2 weeks. Can you believe it? Ixigo last week was inching towards all-time high and today it is in red. And the results, I expect them to be fantastic. There are some green shoots visible in the auto pack right now. And I've been bullish about at least Maruti and Bajaj Auto. Mahindra will bask in the glory of the new EV launches. The sales would be good. Many brokerages have started giving buy calls for Maruti right now. Good outing for the metal pack today. They had been going down significantly. Overall metal recovery is the first indicator of economy coming back. The only thing is it should be sustained. In the oil and gas pack today, I have added Brent crude. These levels decide the fortunes of many companies in this pack. What was up today? Reliance, ONGC, oil, so the producers. Beautiful outing for the power stocks. The reds are reducing. Adani Energy, Adani Power are the main culprits. And I expect record results or fantastic results from Coal India this season. Pharma in general continued to bleed. Select stocks were up. Biocon was one of them, which created a new high. Biocon acquired a company, a very large one in the US last year, and since then it had been sulking only. Now it is looking good. Seems that acquisition is finally turning EPS accretive. I mentioned this part many times that sugar sector can get strong anytime. Look at the gains here. The smaller companies, Dalmia, Dhampur, 10% up each. Bajaj Insan 5%, Renuka 5%, even Eat Perry 4%. Asian Paints made another low, and Trent, which was up a lot yesterday, that cooled down. Yesterday only I was thinking to buy Associated Alcohol and that was up 8% today. Both Associated Alcohol and Radico should give record-breaking numbers in this quarter. And thanks to Mr. Hindenburg retiring today, Adani Pack was looking beautiful. To probably avoid the probe in US on what they did, they are shutting down right now. Indices were looking good and FIIs sold yet again. DIs bought lesser than them. Now, this news is something I found to be actually not so good. India's steel ministry is seeking $1.7 billion in the budget to cut emissions. Imagine the Tata Steel switches from coal to electric power. The electric power will be bought from, say, Tata Power. Tata Power uses coal. So only coal will change from Tata Steel to Tata Power. This incentive should rather be given as maybe say a tax rebate to companies that are using say renewable energy or energy produced totally in India with no import footprint. Cabinet approving the 8 central pay commission. That's good news for the public sector but bad news for the private sector. One thing I liked about Infosys result is they have added net new employees. They are ready for the future. If more orders come, they have the people. Cabinet has approved refarming of 1100 megahertz of spectrum. Let's see who gets it. Yesterday I mentioned that US markets will party and they did party hard. Tesla, the day is coming, 20th January is close by. The biggest day in life for Mr. Musk. Gold is inching to 80,000 and silver was up a lot. It is showing less here, but it is now at 93,000. In fact, most gains in my portfolio right now are in the gold and ETF holdings. Bitcoin is around 99,000 for the prime reason that Mr. Trump has suddenly endorsed 3 more coins, Solana, XRP, and I believe USDT. My trades for the day, I did few crazy things today. I sold 2 stocks in losses, Angel One and Mazgaon Dock. Mazgaon Dock gave a recent run up and Angel One, the results are out. I swapped the money of Angel One with Motilal Oswal because I feel that Kalyan Jewellers, that part is overdone and Motilal Oswal is unnecessarily getting beaten down. And for Mazgaon Dock, I bought BDL and I'll talk about that in the Nugget section. I bought CAMS just for trading purpose. I feel that investment stocks are rotating right now and CAMS is next. After that will be KFintech probably. Overall, the losses today booked were very high. Angel One alone was 50,000 plus in terms of loss. Before we jump to BDL, let me talk about this missile called BrahMos, ultrasonic missile, and it is not new. It has been around for a while. There have been various iterations or versions of it. The BrahMos A1 was the probably first one which could be launched from air. That was an accomplishment for India. This missile is made in collaboration with Russia. The BRAH stands for Brahmaputra and MOS stands for Moskva, which is a prominent river in Russia. This missile has a long range, it can carry higher payload and it travels super fast. There is a dedicated government department, BrahMos Aerospace. The good part of this missile is that it can be fired from land, water and air. So that is why you see Indian Army has regiments which use this particular missile. Then we have Air Force and we have Navy. Nearly all major warships carry this particular missile. We already have export orders from Philippines which is buying them from us. That's Philippines Marine Corps. Potential operators for this missile, India, Brazil, Malaysia, Russia and Philippines. And today what we have is Indonesia added to this list. And yes, these missiles are manufactured by Hyderabad based Bharat Dynamics Limited or BDL. It is a public sector undertaking that manufactures guided missile systems and other equipment for Indian armed forces, and it is a major exporter also. And this company is not just these missiles, they have a huge bunch of products. This C-303 I showcased yesterday also. This is housed on the new warships that were inaugurated yesterday by PM Modi. Now if you see their quarterly numbers, the September quarter was 550 crores, 190, 850 crores. These numbers were low for a simple reason. Can you guess why? Elections and budget that came late. This particular backlog from these months should be visible more in the coming months, which is the upcoming results for Q3 and Q4 after 3 months. especially because they will contain hopefully the new order also in the next quarter. And all the new expenses that the government is going to announce in the budget, some of them ultimately will go to BDL. Now here, retail may not make immediate money. See, the EPS part here is low. But what I'm expecting is a lot of defense focused funds that were launched recently in the last 3 months, 6 months. They need to buy something. They will probably dig into this particular company and buy in large quantities for next 6 months, 12 months, where this stock should give a very good run up. This is potentially a multi-bagger if someone has the patience to hold and the government orders don't dry up. I don't see any competition for BDL in this space. And if you look at the annual numbers, one good part is this company does not have much debt. OPM also is consistent around 24, 22, 23%, which is decent for a PSU. Now, one more interesting thing is their reserves 3,549 crores. Equity capital is very small. What that means is they could give a bonus also anytime. This is a relatively unknown share to a very large number of traders and investors. I want to explore it more and probably add more to it. Right now, I have bought a bit of it for trading purpose. I don't think I'm going to invest into it for the long term with my limited understanding right now. Hope this analysis was useful. Take your own decisions. This is only for educational purpose to increase your awareness about this landscape. Thanks for watching and I will see you tomorrow.